Aaron Sorkin's superb The Trial of the Chicago 7 is a period piece for multiple periods. The drama takes place in the 60s, has the rousing flavor of a 90s popcorn thriller, like, say, The Sorkin, written A Few Good Men, and feels relevant and urgent in 2020. Featuring a stellar cast, Chicago 7, half out of 4. Rated R. In select theaters Friday and streaming October 16 on Netflix, takes audiences back to the tumultuous late 60s, when Vietnam and the assassinations of Martin Luther King Jr. and Robert Kennedy were the cultural sparks that helped ignite a violent clash between Chicago police and protesters at the 1968 Democratic National Convention. Written and directed by Sorkin in his inimitable style, the story fleshes out the characters blamed by the government for that bloody event and examines a period of rancor between the people and the state that reflects our own divided times. The Trial of the Chicago 7, how Aaron Sorkin's timely Netflix film puts Trump's America on trial. The West Wing returns, cast reunites on HBO Max. In sweet, emotional special to get out the vote the whole world is watching. Chants the crowd gathered in 1969. Outside the courthouse were 8 men, including Yippie's Abby Hoffman, Sacha Baron Cohen, and Jerry Rubin, Jeremy Strong, Democratic student activists Tom Hayden, Eddie Redmayne, and Rennie Davis, Alex Sharp, and Black Panther Party head Bobby Seale, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, are charged with conspiracy to incite a riot by President Richard Nixon's new Justice Department. Each character gets his own opening introduction, which is key to keeping them all straight when the obviously political trial begins, though there are ideological differences even among the defendants. As Tom and Abby come to words often over the legal process, Tom argues for capturing electoral power, while Abby's more of a revolutionary. Bobby, who was only in Chicago for 4 hours on the fateful day, insists he was a black guy thrown in to scare the jury, and making matters worse is when Judge Julius Hoffman, a fantastic Frank Langella, won't let Bobby represent himself when his lawyer is hospitalized. The Trial of the Chicago 7, Aaron Sorkin litigates the demonization of dissent with his new Netflix drama ranked all the best movies we saw at New York Film Festival. Sorkin's second outing as director is a more confident and well-executed affair than his first, The Solid Molly's Game, and has interspersed real black and white footage of the riots with his film versions to capture a visceral authenticity that's eerily reminiscent of the civil unrest seen on the news the past few months. The courtroom and legal stuff, however, is where he truly shines. That snappy repartee and witty zingers folks loved from The West Wing and The Newsroom are here in spades, often involving Cohen. Mr. Hoffman, are you familiar with contempt of court? The unqualified judge levels at Abby. His retort, it's practically a religion for me, sir. There's enough outstanding acting going on that audiences will likely come away with different favorites. Abby and Jerry, who teaches people how to make Molotov cocktails and cherry bombs, are the resident comic relief, though Terry say depth and passion to the righteous cause that are all Cohen and strong, and if you're just familiar with Cohen's comedy bits and Borat, Terry's a scene with Redmayne that showcases his considerable dramatic chops. Abdul-Mateen, who just won an Emmy for Watchmen, deserves some serious Oscar consideration as Bobby, a man discriminated against pretty much every time he stands up. Mark Rylance does his best work since his Oscar-winning Bridge of Spies turn as quiet but furious defense attorney William Kunstler. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is effective as federal prosecutor Richard Schultz, and Michael Keaton is delightful, dropping in for only a couple of scenes yet almost hijacks the whole shebang as former Attorney General Ramsey Clark. While character development is a bit of an issue with so many personalities rioting, arguing and bantering, it doesn't impede the thought-provoking nature of Chicago 7 or parallels that Sorkin draws between the 60s and now, and without a bunch of narrative gymnastics. The filmmaker crafts an entertaining, immersive and ultimately optimistic spectacle that never forgets, especially at its ending, that humanity should always trump the system.